It's undeniable the razor-sharp timing of a perfect parry, or the painstaking process of learning a set of moves before seamlessly unleashing on the battlefield is endlessly satisfying. The act of savagely tearing shreds out of opponents is an addiction gamers thrive on. Leveraging the act of smacking something senseless to generate satisfaction is an art form, and these 15 games prove there are many ways to unlock the gooey, fun feeling inside our brains. Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm actively encourages players to battle through hordes as elaborately and creatively as possible. Owing to its skill shot system, points are awarded in Bulletstorm for anything which isn't a run-of-the-mill headshot. Want to slingshot your enemies airward? You can do that. Want to electric shock them in midair? Yep, that's possible. How about set them on fire before scything them into two with a spray of machine gun bullets? The sillier, the better. Plus, all these sick maneuvers can be comboed, awarding even more skill shot points to put into stronger weaponry. XMen Origins Wolverine. Whilst waiting for Insomniac's upcoming Wolverine game, it's worth digging out 2009's XMen Origins Wolverine, a viscerally violent hack and slash in which players slice, scythe, and stab enemies in a variety of brutal imaginative ways in command of the adamantium-clawed mutant. Key to the game's addictive combat is the fillable rage meter. Stirring up claw vortexes or executing brutal body slams unlocks Wolverine's devastating berserker mode, with ultra-lethal claw spins and finishers providing umpteen satisfying ways to rip foes into shreds. Nioh 2. Early hours spent with Nioh 2 are rough, given its difficulty and feudal fantasy Japanese setting. There are obvious comparisons to Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, but whilst From Software's title puts hyper-focus on the katana, Nioh 2 provides players with a broader toolkit. Weaponry is vast. Swords, axes, and bows aplenty, with familiarity-boosting stats earned with every hard-fought kill. Switchable combat stances aligned to attack and defensive prowess too. But the real satisfaction, however, lies in mastering Nioh 2's stamina mechanic. Key, for real, is crucial. Deft stamina management deters relentless aggression, ensuring Nioh 2 is a deeply nuanced, satisfying combat experience, and one well worth plowing through the initial steep learning curve to attain. Hades. Each early attempt to slice through Greek mythos underworlds in Hades reveals one vital mantra: maximum speed yields maximum flow state. While combat is lightning fast and each successful dungeon clear is swift, it's Zagreus' dash ability that is key to attaining mythical, rewarding flow. Generous and inexhaustive with minimal cooldown, Zagreus can dash through any object, projectile, or enemy with immunity, whilst Olympian boons and weapon upgrades add elements of variety to each run's build. It's Zagreus' smooth, rapid movement which keeps the endorphins rushing on every escape attempt. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Eschewing beat-em-up action for turn-based combat was always a risky endeavor for Ryu Gagotoku Studios' Yakuza series. Yakuza Like a Dragon, the series' 8th mainline entry, harbors JRPG-style turn-based attacks, skills, guards, and item consumption in its street battles, but atypically, the combat mechanics aren't necessarily deep, save for character moves being tied to a job system. Instead, brawling in Yakuza Like a Dragon is approachable and easy to grasp, and as more characters join protagonist Kasuga Ichiban's party, fighting becomes increasingly vibrant, cinematic, and typical of the Yakuza series. Blends hard-hitting, brutal combos with absurd special moves, such as Yunanba's pigeon-based magic attacks. Middle-earth Shadow of War. Shadow of War's combat is slick, cinematic, and boundless. Seriously, there's so many incredibly brutal execution animations that once players get a handle of player character Talian's extensive close-quarter melee capabilities, then taking on hordes of orcs becomes an exercise in bullying en masse. Activating Elven Rage to slow down times is an eternally satisfying combat mechanic. Sifu. Drawing inspiration for its gameplay design and aesthetic presentation from classic kung fu movies, Sifu's initially challenging close-quarter brawling grows increasingly engaging once players adopt a martial arts imbued value of training and self-improvement. Sifu very quickly grants a powerful sense of progression as players begin to master its flexible attack and defensive options, build combos out of strong and swift attacks, maintain balance by blending well-timed blocks with evasive ducks and jumps, improvise with the surroundings. There's tons of nuance to be extracted from Sifu's devastating, artful fighting. Absolver. Before Sifu came Absolver, Slowclap's first crack at a deeply nuanced martial arts-themed brawler. 3 distinct combat styles, each with unique special abilities, are ready to master, with attack sequences, parries, and feints divided within 4 directional combat stances governed inside the game's immersive combat deck system. If this seems a lot to take in, just know that, crucially, fluidity between moves and stances in Absolver is effortless. It's this effortlessness which allows players to craft their own unique, unpredictable fighting style, giving significance to every bout encountered throughout the game's verdant land. Dead Cells. Tight platforming and lightning-fast action is the name of the game in Dead Cells. Knife-edge encounters mean entire runs can be decimated in the blink of an eye, but with the game awarding powerful loot to players who careen through its labyrinthian dungeons as swift as possible, the reward oftentimes outweighs the risk. Evasion plays a big part too, with Dead Cells' dodge roll movement integral to sustaining a sense of momentum and surviving the game's myriad monsters. Returnal. Explosive arcade sensibilities and bullet hell gameplay make for an addictive loop. Returnal's action is fast and frenetic, as player character Celine explores a hostile alien world. Integral to survival in Returnal is its metamorphosing of archetypal weapon types. Shotguns can be equipped with acid-filled shells, or grenade launchers can generate shields whilst yielding overpowered loot from slain enemies. Augmenting weaponry with otherworldly add-ons to create new, imaginative firepower is Returnal's gift that keeps on giving. Vanquish. Vanquish's cover-based shooting is decent enough. Its vast arsenal of high-tech weaponry feels suitably meaty against legions of robot enemies. However, if player character Sam breaks cover to utilize his augmented reaction suit's augmented reaction mode, then things get super interesting. Put simply, AR mode is Vanquish's take on Max Payne-style slow-mo. Although to activate it isn't as simple as pointing a gun. No, AR mode requires Sam aim when rockets lighting, whilst airborne or immediately after performing a dodge. To put it another way, Sam needs to be in a vulnerable position to activate the cinematic slow-mo to boost offensive capability. But it's well worth the risk. Slide kicking an enemy upwards and hanging in the air popping headshots never gets old. God of War Ragnarok. The 2018 reboot practically perfected combat, so questions understandably were asked as to whether Santa Monica Studio could innovate on perfection for its sequel. Remarkably, with the list of refinements to combat in Ragnarok, they've surpassed the predecessor's high watermark. Ragnarok adds fresh twists to Kratos' Leviathan axe and Blades of Chaos, with the blades coming into their own with new grapple and traversal maneuvers. Greater emphasis is placed on shields too, with players able to choose shields more suited to parrying or blocking, and the stun meter builds up to some brutal combo finishers. Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West offers a bevy of novel combat options over its predecessor, with new weapons and abilities aiding Aloy on her quest to conquer ever more intimidating, exceptionally designed machines. For instance, unlockable Valor Surges expand Aloy's command of the battlefield. They're Valor Surges designed to boost damage or restore health. They're surges that cause widespread destruction that are perfect for crowd control, or surges that enhance trap effectiveness for those in tune with a stealthier style of play. Horizon Forbidden West varying tactics and weaponry make taking down hulking great machines or clearing out bandit camps effortlessly exciting. Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 faithfully harkens back to the iconic early 90s beat-em-ups, proving just how much punch those comparatively primitive titles had. Combat mechanics in Streets of Rage 4 received only modest iteration. Uppercuts and flying knees still connect with skull-crushing physicality. There's a risk-reward system at play this time around though. Landing a spectacular special attack still comes at a cost of health. But land successive combos and that health meter will replenish, and combos, in fact, offer limitless satisfaction. Players can now juggle opponents against walls and between each other, endlessly smacking street goons senseless while racking up points. Infamous Second Son. Fresh-faced superhero Delsin wields 4 categories of superpowers in Infamous Second Son: visually arresting smoke and neon powers, super unique video powers, and brutalist concrete powers, with each superpower accompanied by filmic flair and aplomb. Neon powers especially offer a dazzling array of fluorescent projectiles, with video powers providing devastatingly powerful pixelated melee weapons and glitchy invisibility skills. There's a bucket load of imaginative abilities at play in Second Son, and wielding each through a destructible micro-city playground never grows tiresome. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on GamingBolt.